We've got insane World Cup qualifying drama across Europe, Africa, plus the Americas. Barcelona's stadium blunder is an actual embarrassment, and Ronaldinho's son is heading to Hull City. This is DMAC Daily. It's a miracle, guys. England achieved the impossible. They actually played an entertaining game of football. A 5-star performance against a legit opponent in Serbia too. In what was the biggest test of Thomas Tuchel's England career thus far, he orchestrated a masterclass. No Bellingham, no Saka, no Palmer, no worries. Every player was outstanding today. Props to Jed Spence, who made his England debut, the first Muslim Englishman to do so. But the player everyone's talking about right now is Elliot Anderson. This guy is a baller. Back-to-back Man of the Match awards in his first 2 caps. Him and Declan Rice together in central midfield looks like an unbelievable partnership. England's depth in that department now is no joke, and defensively, you gotta respect it. 5 qualifiers, 0 goals conceded. Meanwhile, Ronaldo was back on the score sheet as Portugal prevailed in Hungary. It's now 943 goals for the 40-year-old veteran. Beyond that, CR7 also equaled the record for most goals in qualifiers with 39 in total, drawing level with Carlos Ruiz of Guatemala. I don't care what any CR7 hater says. I want to see this man lead the line for Portugal in next year's World Cup at 41. It would be absolute scenes. In other notable European qualifiers, the robot stat-padded against Moldova with 7 goal contributions as Norway hit double digits. France scraped by Iceland at home. Armenia deservedly beat Ireland, and Austria secured a vital victory over Bosnia and Herzegovina on the road. But as mentioned in the preview, we had World Cup qualifying action from 4 separate continents in the last 24 hours. In Africa, Egypt missed the opportunity to qualify, having been held to a draw away at Burkina Faso, but they're still in prime position to do so next match day. In Group B, Senegal came from 2 goals down to defeat the Democratic Republic of Congo in their own backyard and reclaimed first place with 2 games to go. South Africa shared the spoils with Nigeria in Group C. Bafana are so close to reaching the World Cup for the first time since 2010, and with Benin smashing Lesotho, this group will go down to the wire. As will Group D. Cape Verde earned a massive 3 points over second place Cameroon. They are oh so close to a first ever World Cup appearance, and in Group F, the Ivory Coast held on for a scoreless draw in Gabon to remain in first place. In South America, there were some incredible narratives at play in the final match day. As the top 6 were already confirmed, all eyes were on Bolivia and Venezuela, who were gunning for 7th place and a playoff berth. Venezuela hosted Colombia, whilst Bolivia took on Brazil. Venezuela came into this match day with a 1-point advantage, and with the score at 2-1 in their favor after 40 minutes against Colombia, they were in cruise control until Luis Suarez of Colombia popped off with 4 goals as Venezuela crumbled 6-3, and wouldn't you know it, Bolivia, who needed all 3 points to survive, then achieved a spectacular 1-0 victory over Brazil. Bolivia haven't reached the World Cup since 1994, so this result means everything for their people. We also witnessed Argentina host a new number 10 in Messi's absence, with Franco Mastantuono donning the esteemed jersey, although it wouldn't be his day as Ecuador prevailed 1-0 to secure 2nd spot in qualifying. An amazing campaign. In CONCACAF, Jamaica made it 2 wins from 2, whilst Curacao earned a much-needed victory over Bermuda to sit firmly in World Cup contention, whilst in Group C, Costa Rica and Haiti shared the points in a 6-goal thriller, with Honduras going top thanks to a 2-0 victory over Nicaragua. We also had CONCACAF hosts Canada and the USA all picking up friendly wins, a much-needed result for Pochettino, his first win against top 30 opposition following 7 straight defeats. However, I wouldn't read into this result too much, as this wasn't a full-strength Japan side. And then we have the 2026 future World Cup champions, the Socceroos, who cooked New Zealand 3-1 in Auckland to reclaim the iconic soccer ashes. Irankunda and Toure bawling out an attack, Chirkati leading the backline and captaining his country at 21. The future is so promising with these guys. Irankunda in particular, bro, he is something else, only centimeters away from scoring one of the best free kicks I've ever seen. His set piece ability is simply out of this world. Moving to La Liga news, and you thought Yamal losing his passport in Turkey was bad. Well, it's about to get a lot worse for Barca fans as their club is literally homeless 4 games into the season. For those who may not be aware, Barca have been absent from their historical home, the Camp Nou, since June 2023 due to a 1.5 billion euro stadium refurbishment that would see its capacity increase to 105,000 with a new solar panel equipped roof alongside various technological, seating and hospitality upgrades. So for the past 2 seasons, they have played their home games at another venue in Barcelona, the Lluís Companys Olympic Stadium. This venue hosts just shy of 56,000 spectators, but the 25-26 season was supposed to be the Camp Nou's homecoming. In fact, a little over a week ago, it was reported that following their opening 3 away match days to open the season, Barca would receive their required permit to host their next game at the Camp Nou, albeit at a reduced 27,000 capacity. This would mark one of 3 separate reduced capacity phases before the full 105,000 is opened up by June 2026. Now that is still the long-term plan, but the latest setback is that their next home game v Valencia this weekend won't go ahead at the Camp Nou as they haven't received the required permit from Barcelona's council. It won't even go ahead at the Lluís Companys Stadium either, as a Post Malone concert is being hosted 2 days prior. So with seemingly no other options available, they will have to host this match at their training ground, the Johan Cruyff Stadium. This venue is so small, it doesn't even meet La Liga's minimum stadium capacity requirement. Luckily, they have been able to authorize this venue, but this is still an embarrassment for the club. The original timeline to reopen the Camp Nou was November 2024, but now in September 2025, there's still no confirmation of their return. What's even more concerning is that they aren't planning on returning to the Lluís Companys Stadium either. So if they don't receive a permit soon, one of world football's biggest clubs will be forced to play in a 6,000-seater training ground. That is beyond farcical. Meanwhile, in the Premier League, and it's official, Ange Postecoglou will become Nottingham Forest's next manager, replacing the sacked Nuno Espirito Santo. Mr. Marinakis was full of excitement upon the appointment, claiming, "We are bringing a coach to the club who has a proven and consistent record of winning trophies." Straight facts right there. But look, it's gonna be interesting to see how Ange operates with this team. This squad is used to a diametrically opposed playing style to that of Ange Ball, that high line, open and expensive brand of football. So I have no idea how this adaptation period will look. Maybe Ange will defer to that pragmatism that saw his Spurs become European champions, but having followed the Aussie throughout his long and highly successful career across multiple clubs and at the international stage, I doubt he'll opt for a conservative approach long term. It's just not the way he sees football, and despite the domestic failures of his second season at Spurs, I think Forest fans would be a tad naive to not back the big man. He's a proven winner after all. It's fitting that his first outing as Forest manager sees a return to North London via the Emirates. And finally, Ronaldinho's son João Mendes is set for another fascinating move, joining championship club Hull City. The former Cruzeiro and Barcelona youth player made headlines back in 2024 when he made the unexpected switch to Lancashire, joining Burnley. The left-footed winger went on to make 5 appearances in the Youth Premier League Cup last season with 1 goal and 2 assists to his name, but he was still released at the season's end. So Mendes has since swapped Lancashire for Yorkshire, where he's expected to link up with Hull's U21s. Maybe we've got a Giovanni 2.0 situation on our hands, but having watched his highlight reel, I doubt we're looking at a future Premier League star. But hey, fair play to the kid for pursuing his dreams in a uniquely unfamiliar environment. Anyways, legends, thanks for tuning in to today's DMAC Daily. If you enjoyed this show, feel free to like, subscribe, click that notification bell, and I'll see you tomorrow.